morning, everybody. I'm going to give you your marks now. Jen, you got an A+. You didn't do that well. You got an C. You should study harder for the next test, okay?
Okay, teacher.
Well, you failed again. Every time you do this. You failed again. You failed again. You failed again.
Why did you not go to school?
I was feeling uncomfortable.
Tomorrow you have to go to school.
Okay. Mom?
Good job. But you can do something better.
Told me that when I was a child that I should always respect the little things. What made me do this work, I shall go into my story. This all started when I was age 5. What made me do it, at school, I will admit this, academically I couldn't express myself, so I was more or less classed as nothing. So my world was seen as less. So I decided I didn't really want to be a part of that world, so I thought I need to retreat into something else. So when my mother used to take me to school, she thought I was at school, and I used to do a U-turn when her back was turned and run off and hide in the shed at the back of the garden. Now, the one time I was in the shed and my mother suspected something, thinking I was at school. So I was hiding in the shed like that, and then she said, grabbed me like that, because my mother's quite big, and she lifted me up and she says, "How come you're not at school?" And I told her I couldn't face it because the way the teacher was treating me, ridiculing me and using me as an example of failure. So I told her. But at that age, obviously I couldn't really express it that way, but I told her I didn't feel right. And then she just said, "You're going back to school tomorrow." And I'm sitting there thinking. And then as I looked down on the ground, I noticed there were some ants running around. And I went into this little fantasy world, and I thought, these ants, are they looking for the queen ant? Or do they need somewhere to live? So I thought, perhaps if I make these ants some apartments, they'll move in. So I did. And how I set about that, I got some splinters of wood, and I sliced these little splinters of wood with a broken shard of glass, constructed this little apartment. Well, it looked like a little shanty shed when I finished, but I thought perhaps the ant won't know, it'll probably move in, and so I did. That was a bit crude at the time, and I made all these little apartments and little merry-go-rounds, seesaws and swings, little ladders. And then I encouraged the ants to come round by putting sugar and things like that. And then I sat down and all the ants came along, and all I could hear was, "Is this for us?" And I says, "Yes, they're all for you." And they moved in and decided not to pay me any rent. From there, I was watching this little world, and it became a part of me. When I discovered that I had this gift, I wanted to experiment with this world that we can't see. So I realised that there was more to life than just everything that we see around us. That's huge. So I started to educate myself on this molecular level. And as I got older, I continued. I showed my mother. My mother told me to take it smaller. I showed my mother. My mother told me to take it smaller. I showed my mother. My mother told me to take it smaller.
Baba?